Hi, everyone. Welcome to the weekly review of my daughter's ABLE account. ABLE stands for Achieving a Better Life Experience, and it's an investment slash checking account for people with disabilities. And given my daughter does have a severe disability, long term, an ABLE will be better to suit her needs than, let's say, a 529 plan. Now, if you've been watching these videos, you will see that, oh, you would notice that I didn't say ABLE and 529 plan, that I just said ABLE, and that's because I 100% completed the conversion process from my daughter's 529 plan to now her ABLE account. When she was originally born, I set up a 529 plan, and I will just show you that here. So on her first or 1 year old birthday, I set up a 529 plan for her because I thought she would be on the traditional track to go to college. And I've been contributing to it ever since. But as she has developed, there has been some significant developmental delays, which ultimately led to her being disabled, severely disabled. So I'm not sure if college is in her future at all. Right now, my answer would be no, but you never know what can happen. Miracles happen all the time. So I'm trying to keep an open mind around that. But as she got older, she's currently 5 years old now. The more I thought about it, the more I was just convicted that it just didn't make sense for any money to be in a 529 for her. Again, just given developmentally where she is, and better for all of those funds that was in the 529 to be moved over to the ABLE account, because I can still use the money towards educational expenses in the future should she develop to capacity to do any type of higher education. So it just gives me a lot more flexibility, because not only can I use it for education, but I can use it for transportation, housing. Now, that's not how I plan to use her ABLE account. How I am looking at her ABLE account is it's purely an investment account. So I'm just going to keep on putting money into it every single week. And it just all 100% of it will be invested, and any expenses for her, I will just cash flow from my monthly W-2 paychecks. So that was a lot of background information. Hopefully it was helpful, but just wanted to show the 529 is officially closed. You see here, account closed, and it was closed on February 26th of 2024. So it's bye-bye 529. It's a little bittersweet because it just shows the end of a journey, and yeah, that won't be there anymore. So we're moving on to a new journey. So have to just learn to embrace that and work on accepting those changes. And what I mean by that is, more in life you thought you would have as a parent. I definitely did not think at all I would be on a disability journey, but here I am. So I have to work on that acceptance so I can emotionally move on. So thank you, 529, for everything that you've done. And this will be the last video that I show the 529 in any capacity, because it is the end of a chapter, and now we're just going to be focused on her ABLE account. So with that, let's move over to the ABLE account. Balance on the account is $33,845.98. Let's look at the deposits for the past week. We can talk through this. On February 26th, I put in $25. And then on February 21st, I'm not sure why this date is after February 26th. This is the rollover from the 529 to the ABLE account. So you see here it's labeled 529 rollover in contribution. So there was a remaining $14,889.17 in her 529. that got rolled over, and it now the 529 account is closed that I just showed you. The next contribution is on February 28th. I put in $25. And then on March 1st, I put in another $25. So for the past week, not counting the direct rollover, I put in a total of $75. For next week, as we can see here, I have $35.83 set to be invested. And year-to-date contributions for 2024 is $15,564.17. Now, I did not contribute this much so far for 2024. Whenever you make a direct rollover, at least in this situation from the 529 to the ABLE, that rollover counts towards the contribution limit for the year. So the 14,889, that got added into the total contribution. So the maximum you can contribute to the ABLE in the year 2024 is $18,000, which is the same amount as the gift tax limit. So, I mean, based off where I am now, I should be able to hit that $18,000 mark at some point in the month of May, just based off contributions that I plan to put in her ABLE account. So I won't be able to put too much. I won't be able to put as much as I would have put in the year 2024, just because her rollover count again towards the total contributions. But starting in the year 2025, I would have full access to the total $18,000 if the gift tax limit doesn't increase for 2025, and just put as much as I can towards her ABLE account. All right, I think that is everything. Yeah, so this is our new chapter, or forever chapter, the ABLE account. So in my net worth video, I did mention that this ABLE account is part of like an overall strategy that I'm thinking through to help take care of my daughter in her years when I'm no longer here. So next year, one of my financial goals that I will 100% make happen is to set up a special needs trust. And I know the ABLE account works really well with a special needs trust. So this is just part of the overall plan to help take care of her. So not just her ABLE account, but then of course all of my assets will get feed into the trust, so that there is money there to, as well as a life insurance policy, so that there will be money to make sure that she lives a decent and comfortable life long after I'm gone. Okay, so this was a lot of updates, but I feel good now. And yes, the balance is almost up to 34,000. So we're just going to keep on trekking on and throwing money at the account. Okay, I'll catch you next week.